Hey ho, YouTube. Canadian Edge here. We are going to do another knife review today. And the knife that we're going to be looking at, it is the Civivi Banneret. And I believe in the unboxing I called this the Banneret. Sounds better to me. But hey, I don't make up the words. So Banneret is what we should be calling this. So the Banneret has a blade length of 3.48 inches open. It is 7.9 inches long. Closed, it is 4.42 inches. The steel on this, it is a Damascus steel, if you can see that. And it has the different design on there. Sorry, I don't have the greatest lighting. But it's got the Damascus design on it, and it's a dagger style blade. The weight on this is 4.5 ounces, so it's got a little bit more weight than a lot of the knives that I've shown recently. The handle on this, it is a twill carbon fiber, and I'm liking the look of that. And then it has a steel bolster liner combination to give it a nice look. And also it is a skeletonized handle to reduce weight a little bit, which I'm glad they did. Also gives you a bit of grip. The pocket clip on this, it is reversible. So you can do right or left, and it is tip up deep carry. And I do like the way this sits in the pocket. It is a flipper opening, so it has just enough flipper on there to open that up. And I'm liking the size of the flipper on there. And it works very well. It is a frame lock locking system on it. And we do have jimping on the back, which I'm a fan of and really like. And the jimping on there is good. I like that jimping. It's a nice jimping. And the pivot has the cage ball bearings, which makes it nice and smooth. And I don't know if you can see or not, it is centered. The blade is centered down there, and that's not helping. I'll have to work on my lighting a bit so that you guys get better lighting. But the blade, it is centered, and it sits in there nice and solid, no up and down, no side to side play. And that makes me very happy. I appreciate that on the knives. So let's take a look size-wise at some comparisons here. We have the Ontario Rat 2. So you can see this Banneret has a little bit of size on the Rat 2, and we've got the Bug Out. And again, you can see has a little bit of size compared to the Bug Out. We'll pull out a couple other bigger knives here. We got the Sencut Saxi, and these are relatively the same size knife. The Banneret might be a hair bigger, and same with the Civivi Cogent. They're basically the same size knife, so that gives you an idea of the size of the knife. It's a good size knife, but it's got a nice slim design to it. How about sharpness? Let's see what this knife offers in the way of sharpness. And it looks like it cuts paper pretty easily. So I'll set that off to the side there. We'll get my friend the zip tie out. I think that maybe I should develop a tool specifically for cutting zip ties, because I don't really like them. But I went through that quite well. And we'll go through the nylon cord, see how that does. Oops. Oh, I want to watch that. It wants to ride up the blade, but it cut through that pretty easily. And then the fake paracord, it cut through that pretty easy. So it does have a decently sharp edge on it, which is nice. Probably the biggest thing I liked about this, like the knife itself, it is a good looking knife. I like the bolster along with the carbon fiber there. It gives it a good look. I really love the Damascus design. This is my first Damascus, and I wanted to get one that I really like, so I've been looking at a bunch of different Damascus designs, and I did appreciate this one. So this is one that I felt I would give a try and see what it's like. So very happy with this as my first Damascus knife. Speaking of liking it, the aesthetics on this knife I really like, as I've explained. The carbon fiber handle there, along with these bolsters, I think it gives it a really smart look. This would easily fall into your gentleman's class of knives. And you know, it's a simple design. It's not like it has a wow factor design, but the aesthetics make it look good, I think. So this combination, and then the Damascus blade, like the swedge up on the blade here, I think it gives it a good look. And yeah, I think it's a smart looking knife. I like what they've done with it. And they have a couple different styles of this knife. You can get with the plain blade and that as well. But I like what they've done with this. And as far as the ergonomics are good. Feels good in the hand. I'm really glad they put the jimping on, because it gives you that extra purchase with your thumb. They don't have a finger choil there, just a sharpening choil, so you can't choke up on it to do different things, but I think you still get good enough control. You can do a variety of tasks with this knife, and it'll do well. The grip, while this is smooth, the carbon fiber is smooth, the holes provide good purchase. So between the jimping and the holes in the handle there, you get a decent purchase on this knife. It's in your hand, good and solid, not going very far. And I have to say, this is probably one of the smoothest pivots that I have. I have a variety of Civivi knives, and I really like Civivi, found them to be very reliable so far. And this has one of the smoothest pivots out of all the Civivi knives that I have in my collection. So very happy with that. Right out of the box, it worked very smoothly. I did put a little bit of pivot lubrication on it just because I didn't need it, but I did it anyway. And yes, it works very smoothly. Fires out there well, and not quite drop close, but it doesn't take much effort to get the blade to close on this. So a little flick of the wrist and it closes. And I love the slim design. When I have this in my pocket, I've carried this actually quite a bit. It fits so well in the pocket. You can reach in your pocket, get things, and this does not feel like a bulky knife, even though it is a little bit bigger, longer knife, because of the slim design. It fits really well, and I'm really glad with the design that they've done. So this is definitely a knife that I would carry a lot. This would be an easy everyday carry for me, and it has been. And I do enjoy carrying it. It sits nice and deep in the pocket, so all you're seeing is the pocket clip. Yeah, it just really, really good knife. The only complaint I have, they did not make the pocket clip flush with the handle. They did the screws. They flushed the screws with the pocket clip, but they didn't flush with the handle, which would have been a nice addition. I hope knife companies eventually listen, because I'm not the only guy that's mentioning these things. Just make it flush. It is nicer. I mean, it's such minimal wear and tear on the pocket, but it is wear and tear on the pocket. So any little bit of wear and tear you can get rid of is nice. And I know it's a beef of mine that I mention quite frequently, but I do wish knife companies would just do that. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. But as far as an everyday carry knife, yes, this is a great knife. I don't know how rough you would want. Like if you're a construction worker, this might not be the everyday carry you want. But it's a good looking knife. You could have this at the office if you have people that aren't alarmed at a larger knife, just because it is a very smart looking knife, elegant looking knife. And yeah, it's something that you could use as a casual everyday carry knife, and you could take it on the construction site if you really wanted to, but there are other better knives that I would recommend for a construction site. But I'm very happy with the knife, happy with the look of it, happy with the way it's performed. It opens boxes great, opens packages no problem. And like I say, when it's in your pocket, you barely notice it. So it's a great knife, very happy with it. I recommend you check those out. Civivi Banneret. I will get it right, hopefully. And here up in Canada, House of Knives and Warriors and Wonders carries them here on the West Coast. You can find them. I got this one at House of Knives. I will put a link in the description for those, for anyone who's interested in looking them up. And they are, what? About 140 Canadian dollars, 147, something like that, Canadian dollars. So as I say, I'll put a link in there and you can check that out. And yeah, be sure to look at these knives if you're looking for a nice slim gentleman's knife to fit your pocket. This might fit the bill for you. So that is it for this review. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the people that have been supporting the channel. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. I will be doing a few more reviews here coming up, or a few more unboxings. Watch for those. And thanks again for joining and watching on this video. But until we meet again, you stay safe and stay sharp.